I wanted a whole new Minecraft adventure, so I added alligators, gorillas, extremely violent anacondas, equally as violent tigers, Komodo dragons that don't just fight each other but kill everything in sight, rhinos. These guys aren't too bad if you feed them. Also, elephants. Pretty chill, kind of like the rhinos. Flying fish, and many other awesome looking fish species. Birds, like the hummingbird and the shoebill. Cool dude. Ants, and cockroaches and junk, and anteaters. And a bunch of squishy stuff. And I made it so that everything will spawn here with me in this tropics only world. And this will be my home for the next 100 days. And right away, I tried not to get distracted by how beautiful this world was and got right to the essentials. I'm going to try to keep the mining stuff to a minimum in this video because I just think they make for really boring videos. So I'll skim here and there, but we're going to cut pretty much all of that out. You're welcome. I immediately started looking for a place to call home, snagging all of the resources I could along the way. It wasn't long at all before I came to an opening in the forest, and just wait till you see it. It's a no-brainer. Obviously, I was going to live here. I mean, why continue searching after you see something like this? Yeah, just take a look. I mean, am I right? Look at this place. Tons of wildlife everywhere, massive trees overhead, food just right there when I need it. I mean, just perfect. This is my home. I scoped out the place for quite a while, trying to find exactly where I should start to build my home, and I realized that I was quickly running out of daylight and I should probably find myself a temporary shelter. So I did what anyone would do. I avoided the hell out of the anaconda, and I dug myself into a tree. I did a fair bit of mining throughout the night down here, but like I said, I'm cutting most of that out, but I didn't have a bed or anything yet, so that's how I spent my night. Right away in the morning, I got to work trying to find myself some wheat seeds because sheep do spawn, but getting to them before they're killed and eaten is a huge issue. I did see a couple. They didn't last long. There's always something around to kill them. So I have a mod installed that lets me make hay beds because I'm not sure that I'll ever be able to get sheep, to be honest. I cleared out this creeper that was hanging out, and Look at that guy. They actually look creepy. I like it. And I took out a couple of these guys. I wanted to see if they dropped anything. They do. And I had decided right here is where I was going to build my house. Right below this massive tree. I had some plans for it, maybe later on, but it looked like the perfect spot. And you'll have to let me know what you think of the cinematic views, and I do quite a few time lapses throughout this video, and I like that personally. I think it makes for a more interesting and visually appealing video, but let me know what you think down in the comments below, because I don't know if people like that, but usually I don't see 100 days videos that include a lot of that. Probably because of the amount of work it takes. Anyway, I started terraforming the area a bit, removing a couple of the areas that I didn't like, filling in a hole here and there, just making it a more suitable place for me to live. Just taking out a couple of eyesores. I want to take a moment to point out that I have no idea where that anaconda got off to, but I was definitely keeping an eye out for him. I took a moment to stand back and really envision what I wanted my home here to look like, and I think I had something in mind, and I got to work on chopping down trees and getting what I'd need to build that home. And I did stay out for a fair bit of this night, trying to kill spiders and skeletons because I still didn't even have a hay bed, and the bone meal would help me grow enough hay to get the hay bed, and the string. I still needed a new bed, like an actual bed, because the hay beds, they have their flaws. They let you pass the night, but they don't set your spawn point, so I still needed to get a real bed. This right here will be the bulk of the mining that I show during this video. Just wanted you guys to have an idea of what I was doing when I was mining, so here's a little showcase of what I was doing down there. It was a really good night for iron. I was able to head to the surface the next morning with full iron armor and a shield, which would come in handy. I got right back to work clearing out the area for my home, and it was going much more quickly because I had some iron tools. I went on a stroll to try to find something other than this palm wood, because as soon as you turn it into planks, I kind of hated how it looked. The logs were okay though, I guess. I came back with a whole bunch more wood and got right to work on my house. And I didn't have a schematic for this or anything like that, so I had a vision in my head and just winged it as I went, and I don't think it turned out too bad. I'm happy with it. I do have quite a few building and furniture mods, windows, and things like that installed. So I have quite a few mods to be able to build, the way I am in this video. I'll do my best to link them in the description below. So if you're curious, they should be down there. And there we go. Looks pretty nice. I was happy with it for now. I definitely will build on it more as this video goes on, but it was a place to live, and it wasn't just a square, so we were good to go. I still needed much more string to make myself a bed, so I headed out to take care of this spider I seen in the distance, and look at this dude. Little snapping turtle. I also have a capture cell mod installed so I could catch some of these dangerous animals. Look at that. Just in time I caught a aggressive old tiger. I got that trap off just in time because the tigers grab you and they don't normally let go. So I killed this gorilla, not because I'm a cruel person, but I was curious if they'd drop anything, and I also wanted to know if they would attack back. They seem to be chill. It doesn't even look like they attack you if you hit them back, so now I know. I was keeping an eye out for anacondas because I knew I wanted to do like some kind of aquarium with anacondas in it. I was hoping to be able to tame them, and then if like skeletons or hostile mobs got into my base, I could let them out and they would take care of everything for me. But you'll see that that doesn't go quite as planned. But I got back to the house and tended to the, that's a weird word. I tended to the crops. And this lava pit was kind of right where I wanted to put my anaconda aquarium, so we'll do a quick time lapse of me taking care of that. And there we go. Done. Then it occurred to me that both of my capture cells they had tigers in them, so I couldn't really do anything with the anaconda aquarium until I did something with the tigers, so I got right to work on making them a little cage that I was hoping they couldn't get out of. I stepped back and took a look, and I realized that that's probably not going to be nearly enough, so I put an additional barrier on top of the fencing. I placed the tigers down while I was still working on the fence, and you can tell right away that they did not like me. And look at this. The one tiger pushed the other tiger into the fencing, and it killed it. So now I was rethinking my entire idea for this cage. So, yeah. I started tearing that top layer back off. And I know, looking at this right now, it looks like I'm just trying to fight this guy holding my shield up, but he has a hold of me, and I can't get away. He wouldn't even let me work on this fence. I was starting to question my decision to have tigers as pets altogether, so just look at this guy. He absolutely hates me. I decided to get rid of him. If I was going to have tigers, I'd need to do much more preparing than this, because I couldn't have this right under my house. So I helped him along. I just put the fence back together and accepted defeat. Then I remembered that I have an elevator mod installed, and I had this really cool idea to put a bird cage, collect all of the birds that I could and have this bird cage up in the tree that I would ride my elevator up to, and it would be like this big old walk-in birdcage. But don't get too excited because uh, that doesn't happen. But hey, I have an elevator now and an escape route if things get hairy down here with the tigers and anacondas and stuff. So yeah. I added a back porch and I tried my best to make it look okay. I wanted a good view over my backyard, and I had this idea where I wanted to let the water flow in and have this perimeter of water kind of wrapping around my house. And right after that, I got to work on the little water barrier. I was thinking maybe later on I could put glass over the top of it and have like a walkway where fish were swimming underneath of your feet, and I thought that would be pretty cool. And my little idea actually turned out to be way more work than I had anticipated. So, yeah, it took several days between digging it out and getting it deep enough to where fish could swim through there. And also, I didn't plan that I'd have to place hundreds of individual water buckets. But yeah, I started it, so I had to finish it. And there we go. That's done. I headed inside and did some work to the base floor on the inside. Kind of finished my flooring because it was just dirt down there right now. Here's the view out of the front, onto the water. Little boat sitting out there, but this is the base floor. That looked pretty good. I was happy with it. I'm never considered myself a builder, but I think this has turned out pretty good. Pretty good. Let me know what you think. Maybe I'm bad and I just think it's good. I don't know. And remember this view, because it will look way, way different later on. But I thought I seen a chicken in the distance, and this will be the very first chicken, or chickens, that I've seen the entire playthrough so far. And you use raw chicken to tame some of the animals, and I was not going to let this opportunity pass me up. So I had it right out, caught a couple of them, lured one dude back, and I put him in a hole. I made a little cage, lured this guy over here, and there we go. Look at that. I'm going to have chickens. Now maybe the tigers wouldn't want to rip my head off quite so much, but we'll see. This guy over here, he was just, every time I was over in this tree, he was making so much noise, and he's been here and not moved since I very first came over here, and so I was just going to get rid of him. And look at this. This isn't even fair. I tested this. You remember? They don't attack back. But, yeah, he killed me. I guess some of them attack back. I headed over and got all my stuff back and finished what I started. And look at this. He's not even attacking back. What's going on? Do they attack or do they not? I don't understand. I don't get it. And I got back home and completely unprovoked, I got attacked by a bee. And I completely forgot that I have all of my windows open. So yeah, he just came inside and messed me up for no reason. I swear I didn't even do anything. But yeah, so attacked by a bee. I headed out to take care of the skeleton problem that was becoming a thing. And look at these guys. Like, what is that? These guys are so bouncy, it's weird. But anyway, I dealt with them. They're silly dudes. sometimes you hit these guys and a random body part of theirs will fall off. Like I hit one and his head fell off and his body just kept fighting me. It was so funny. Anyway, I dealt with the little cockroach that I did not want crawling around my base. And at this point, I have been keeping an eye out for an anaconda, and it's been like 10 days, and they just seem to be gone. But alligators are everywhere, so I decided to make a little alligator aquarium. I knew these guys would not be difficult to find because every time I went out, I was trying not to get attacked by them. So yeah, I just spent a couple of days making this little thing. Pretty cool little enclosure. I like it. I placed a couple of them in here, and I was hoping to breed them. Yeah, look at that. That's so cool. I like that. I was hoping to breed them, but I was never able to find what they ate. I thought it was chicken, but look at this. I tried feeding them chicken, and they just they won't eat it. They look at me like they're interested, but they won't eat it. So yeah, I don't know. Not sure. What's cool about these guys, though, is after I captured them, they tried attacking me before I caught them, but after I captured them and put them in here, they never attacked me once. Pretty chill dudes. I like them. Ah, yes. Creepers. The best mob added to the game. It's just... Anyway, I took care of the hole and spent a long time going out to every area that I have ever seen an anaconda because I still hadn't given up. I wanted to find one. I spent the entire day looking and eventually just I gave up. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I headed down and started on the aquarium. And when I left to get sand for the aquarium to make glass, I actually found an anaconda, so yeah, it worked out. And look at that. We finally got one. And he was chill too. These guys do eat chicken, and we were buddies, just hanging out, eating chicken. See, he likes me. I like this dude. I named him Serpent. Serpent. Get it? Because he's a snake. I'm an adult, by the way. I am. Anyway, I was building him a roof to keep him out of the weather, and yeah, this happened. So he betrayed me. I thought we were friends. I guess you can't trust a snake. After heading out and grabbing all of my stuff, I looked everywhere for him, and I just then realized that we both died during that fight, and I wasn't happy about it. It took me a long time to get him. And yeah, sucked. When I logged back on, I finished the aquarium, and headed right out to get myself another anaconda, and This one was not going to be treated like a friend. He was going to be a prisoner because I no longer was going to trust them. But yeah, I got lucky and found one after like 15 minutes, so yeah, it worked out. Look at the snow on the ground. I don't know, not sure what mod I have installed that's doing that, but the weather seems to progress as time goes on because when I first started this 100 days video, there was no snow or frost on the ground at all, but yeah, pretty cool. I also found a rattlesnake while I was out looking for him, and I put him up top there. And these guys will stay here, never be trusted or touched. So, yeah. And now I had decided I was going to make a second attempt at catching tigers because the tigers were everywhere and not hard to find at all. And I still wanted to have a couple as a pet. But this time I was going all out on their cage. I was not going to risk having them attack me again. So, see what I mean by all out? I was making sure they couldn't get out of there. And look at that. I think that means I tamed him, but I have trust issues now, so I still don't trust it. So for the remainder of this video, I'm just going to kind of do a walkthrough and show you what I did during my 100 days at the end, because I wanted to keep this video around 30 minutes. Being a new YouTube channel, YouTube doesn't show any of my videos that are very long to very many people, so yeah. On day 100, this is what my base was looking like. Look at that, I have a couple of pet birds perched up on the windowsill. This place turned out pretty cozy. There was no way for me to progress in the game because no stronghold spawn. I tried. And I didn't want to cheat one in. So I just made the best of it. I have a couple of anteaters right here next to the anaconda. The anaconda doesn't bother them through the glass, but he can still hit me through the glass. You know, I like how that works. But over here I added a nice glass window to the tiger aquarium. I have a pet snapping turtle. I let a couple of slugs loose in here. I have a little pet monkey that'll actually follow me around. You've seen the alligators. These guys were still chill. This guy, the Komodo dragon, was not chill. He actually killed all of the ants that were in my little ant farm over here. Yeah, all of them. There was like 10 of them. They're all dead. Have my elephant and my rhino. Hey, these guys are cool. You can feed the elephant watermelon and you can feed the rhino wheat, and they're chill. They don't hurt you at all or nothing. My little bird cage doesn't look like much, but I spent a stupid amount of time trying to get all of the birds in there without any escaping, and yeah, it turned out pretty good. And here's a little aerial view. I basically made a zoo. It was pretty cool, though. I liked it. I had a lot of fun. And by far one of the hardest things that I did during this 100 days video was collecting these fireflies and getting them all in this cage. It's pretty cool. They all fly around and light up at night. If you're wondering why those random hoppers were sitting there, I actually made a mob farm up in the tree, and they just fall down out of the sky and land there. Yeah, pretty cool. I put a couple of gorillas up in this little tree house. They were chill up there. I'd go up there and give them bananas and stuff. Yeah, the reason I cut so much of this out is because when I started editing, the way that I was going with the time lapses, and it would have ended up being about 3 hours long. So I had to do something like this because anything over 20 minutes, YouTube, I don't. I guess it's because my channel's new. YouTube just doesn't show anybody. It's really not that big of a deal. I do this for fun, you know. I'm not. This isn't my career or anything like that. I just do it. I just want to share my Minecraft adventures with people. But I want them to see it. So that's why I cut so much of it out. But I really would like to know, what do you guys think about the time lapses and the cinematic views, or do you like to just see normal gameplay with all of that cut out? I personally like when I see the videos that are kind of cinematic like that. But yeah, I guess it matters what you guys like. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below. This video did take a stupid amount of time, like about a month. So if you did make it this far, like and subscribe. It's completely free, and if you don't like my next video, you could always unsubscribe later. This is Modded Craft. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.